Hello. Happy Thursday. I think I'm streaming. Let me double check. Here live in the Simply Balanced Health Facebook group. I was having some technical difficulties, so let me just make sure that you can all see me and that we're rocking and rolling. It looks like it. Okay, amazing. Amazing. We're back. We're back. Okay. Welcome, everyone, to another edition of our Tough Love Thursday episodes here in the group. I know we have many, many new incredible women here in this group since the Sugar Freedom Boot Camp just a few weeks ago. And I did take a bit of a pause with these Tough Love Thursdays while I was focusing my full attention on supporting all of you with the Sugar Freedom Boot Camp. So it's been a few weeks since I've been here with these little digestible, tough love truths that I love sharing with all of you here as an opportunity to continue this inner work, right? As anyone who followed along with the recent boot camp, and those of you who have said yes and jumped in and joined the Break Free from Sugar program, you well know that in order to really heal our relationship with sugar, we need to start looking at it differently. And we need to start looking at really why the addictive patterns exist in the first place. And these little tough love truths that I show up with every Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here in our group, and then replay the next week on the podcast. Some of you are listening to this on the podcast. These are really that opportunity to support you in really looking differently and feeling differently about your life and about how you are using and relating to food in a way that hopefully over time really plants those seeds for you to shift your beliefs and shift the way that you are, operating in these addictive patterns. So today's topic, as you can tell from the title, is really this loving truth that most of you are waiting for something bad to happen before you change your health, before you take it seriously. Now, this topic is something that I talk about a lot, and it can be a really tough pill to swallow for many of you, but it's absolutely what I see happening with 99% of the human population, especially in the westernized world, is we don't take our health seriously until something really bad happens. And that's actually shown up right in my face very personally, very recently with a family member who has just and is currently going through a cancer scare. Surgery has successfully, removed the tumor at this point, but the scare is big enough that he is now really taking seriously, coming to me for advice on what he should be eating and does he need to get a water filter and what are the things that he can do to support his body in cleansing and fighting any future possibilities of the cancer growing or spreading. And I'm grateful that I have the knowledge I can pass on to him and to be a guide in that. But a lot of people don't have that. And, the takeaway here is I look at my family, I look at a lot of my clients, I look at the people on the street. Like I have a lot of conversations. This has been my world for 8 or 9 years. And I do see that we live in a society that does perpetuate this we'll worry about it later mentality. And, no shame or blame in that other than just an invitation for you to get really clear with yourself and reflect, is that really how you want to live your life? Because we all know, and here's your reminder. Some of you might need this reminder, but you probably know this already. It's 110% easier to prevent disease and to make changes now than to deal with disease when your body has gotten to that state, whether it's a heart attack or cancer or diabetes, right? These major diagnoses that are absolutely reversible. I 100% believe in the body's power to heal itself, but wouldn't it be so much easier if we just lived a lifestyle where we did our best to prevent these diseases at the start? Not at all negating the truth that there are some people out there who seemingly are doing everything right. They're eating super healthy, they're exercising, they're sleeping, they're fasting, and still may develop disease. That absolutely, nothing is guaranteed here in terms of our disease development, but we do know a lot. And you already know, listening to this, what you need to do or want to do to change your health. And if you're in this group or following this podcast, I'm willing to bet a big part of that is balancing your blood sugar, right? And becoming less dependent or addicted on sugar. Now, it's easier said than done, right? And as you know, at the boot camp, there's a lot of nuances and a lot of healing that needs to be done from the inside out to really get a handle on our addictive patterns with sugar. But today, I just want to plant that seed and that reminder for all of you that you don't need to wait. There is a part of you that is waiting, that is convincing yourself that it's not bad enough yet. And well, it's just this annoying habit, but I'm otherwise in really good health. You know, these really toxic beliefs that where we placate ourselves into not actually taking seriously what the body is telling us we need to do. And that is the truth. That is, in my humble opinion, how disease develops is it starts actually really small. It starts by having troubles with our digestive system. It starts by having irregular periods. It starts by maybe the odd headache, right? Or the pain in our body. These are all signals from our body that are telling us there's inflammation. There's something going on, right? There's a food intolerance. There's something happening here, the blood sugar issues, right? These all have really early warning signs that we have been taught to ignore with pharmaceuticals, right? Just take a Tylenol, your headache will go away. You know, the messaging that we get to just ignore these early signs. And then it develops further than that, right? And it gets to a point where our body has to yell so loud at us with a cancer diagnosis, with a heart attack, with a stroke, with, you know, an injury that we're then forced to make changes. So I want just to, from my heart, share and inspire and hope that all of you do not fall into that. And to lovingly call yourself out on that, this is a part of the world that we live in. You're not unique in the fact that you might be waiting subconsciously for something really bad to happen before you actually take your health seriously. And I know all of you who followed along with the boot camp, I know because I was reading your comments and I was engaging with all of you that you are not those people. You are not that. There is a major part of you that knows you need to take your health seriously, knows that it's time to make a change. And I so deeply hope that you continue with that momentum that we created and continue making those commitments to yourself, because I saw so many transformations during the Sugar Freedom Bootcamp just a few weeks ago. There was a lot that unfolded for many of you who didn't choose to come and continue working with me in the Break Free from Sugar program. And I don't want you to get lost. I want you to remember what you promised yourself in the boot camp. Remember what you want out of life, and don't wait until it's too late or too difficult, let alone more expensive. It is way more expensive to reverse disease and time consuming. It takes way more of our resources to reverse disease, to heal at that point, than it does to do the long-term preventative care. And this is something that we don't really wrap our heads around, right? We think it's so much easier just to wait till later to deal with a problem. And then the problem becomes way bigger and way more challenging to deal with. Not impossible, but it's going to take a lot more for our body to get back into a healing state. And that might involve expensive trips to the naturopath, expensive supplements, expensive surgery. It might involve a lot more energy and output and money on the back end. So not only is it going to be easier for you, it's going to be less expensive and less time consuming if you start making these changes now. So this is your reminder today, your tough love. Please stop waiting for something bad to happen, because you deserve to live your best life. You deserve to feel full of energy every day and excited about your body and your life and the things that you are here to experience on this planet. And I don't want you to lose track of that. You know, why here in this journey, right? Remember that, and remember your future self that is possibly riddled with disease, communicating to you now how much she's going to wish that you made changes now to support the decrease in the possibility of developing, you know, or getting to that space where it's so bad that you're forced to do something about it. I hope you do that. I hope that you start now, wherever you are on your journey. And I would love, as always, to keep the conversation going. And it starts with this honest, vulnerable awareness. So let me know in the comments below if you're watching the replay or watching this in our Facebook group. Are you waiting for something bad to happen? Is there a part of you? Can you connect with that part of you that is not taking this as seriously as you need to, and is possibly brushing things under the carpet to wait till later when you know that change starts now. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments in below. And thank you so much for tuning into another episode and for being here in our community. I'm so excited by all of you being here. We have so many new members, and I'm looking forward to supporting you with these Tough Love Thursday videos and the podcast and other ways here in our little Facebook group. All right, everyone. I hope you have an amazing weekend and that you let this really sink in. And we'll see you same time, same place next Thursday.